Hello students, welcome all of you. So this is a chapter second, absorption of water, part 2. So in the part first we have discussed about the introduction of absorption of water, role of water in plants, then mechanism of water. There were two mechanisms water absorption of plants. The first was the active absorption of water and the second was the passive absorption of water. So in the last chapter we discussed about the active absorption. Two subpart we have discussed, that was the osmotic absorption of water and the second was the non-osmotic absorption of water. So today we will discuss about the electro-osmotic absorption, that is the third subpart of the active absorption of water. So this electro-osmotic absorption theory was introduced by the Keeler in 1930. So in this theory here discuss about the water is taken in the xylem elements due to the electro-osmosis theory. So water is absorbed by xylem due to electrical potential gradients. We can say the mechanism or the membrane in this of the cell is in contact with the water are negatively charged. So what happened? The water moves to the interior of the cell due to this negatively charged. So there are basically objections are also there. So this is the electro-osmotic absorption theory. We have the objection, or we can say limitations of this theory. So this theory is insufficient to prove about water absorption in the large quantities. Okay. The next one is the passive absorption of water. So this theory what actually believes that the root cells do not play any active role and remain passive. Okay. So this basically takes place due to the transpiration process. So this due to transpiration or during transpiration, force is generated due to stomata in the leaves, which creates a tension in xylem cells to the leaves, xylem cells of the leaves. So this tension is transmitted through water column in xylem up to the root, okay, of that plant. So this force sucks the water from the soil into the cortical cells through the root hairs, okay, from the root hairs to the root, okay, and then to the leaf part. So it absorbs that when the rate of transpiration is high, the passive absorption of water is rapid. Okay, it is a natural process, we can say. There are some evidence for this passive absorption of water. The first one is the rate of absorption of water is under control of transpiration and it is almost equal to the rate of transpiration. Okay, so the absorption of water takes place without roots. Sometimes even the cut ends of the stem absorb water. So this theory was accepted by all the scientists during that moment. Okay. So this picture, in this picture we can clearly find out that water is being absorbed from the root hair, from it passes to the root system, from the endodermis, young endodermis. From in the picture we can say passes to the root system of the xylem, then to the stem part, from the sapwood, and it passes to the leaf part. Okay, from the leaf veins to the stomata part. Okay, so this is the picture. So these are the two we can say mechanisms of water absorption of. The first was the active and the second was the passive one. So in this there are several factors are there which are affecting this water absorption. The first we will discuss about the external factors. So in these external factors, available soil water. So sufficient amount of water should be available to the plants. So in this capillary water is available to plants which is present in the soil. So if the soil water is less, rate of absorption get reduced and wilting takes place. Permanent wilting percentage causes decrease in absorption of water. So what is wilting? It means the loss of rigidity of non-woody parts of the plant. Okay. Second is we can say concentration of soil solution. So in this part, the large amount of elements are dissolved in the soil water, which is called as a soil solution. Concentration of soil solution increases the osmotic pressure increases in cell and further water is not absorbed. Okay. So plants fail to grow in highly saline solution known as physiologically dryness, you can say it. The third one is a factor is the soil temperature. So about we can say 20 to 30 percent 20 to 30 degrees, sorry for that, 20 to 30 degrees Celsius is the suitable temperature to absorb water. Increase or decrease may slow down the rate of absorption. Low temperature reduces the rate of absorption. So at freezing absorption is negligible. High temperature may increase the rate of absorption or even kill the cell. Elongation of roots may be formed in this. Okay. Then the fourth one we can say soil aerations, which is another important factor. Water absorption is good in aerial soil as compared to non-aerial soil. So deficiency of oxygen inhibits the growth of metabolisms. Okay. So this carbon dioxide accumulation increases the viscosity of protoplast and decreases the permeability of the cell membrane. Okay. So these were the external factors. There are some others, that is internal factors also, which are again very important one. The first is the root pressure. So in this root pressure, in many plants what happens, that hydrostatic pressure is developed in the root known as the root pressure. So this root pressure helps in transport of water from outer surface of root to the xylem. The second is the transpiration, as the rate of water absorption is directly proportional to the rate of transpiration. Okay. So if the rate of transpiration increases, then the rate of absorption also increases. And the third one is the absorbing root system. Amount of water absorption directly depends upon absorbing system, that is the root system. Okay, in the plant we can say the number of root hair determines the rate of absorption of water in that particular plant. In moist area, more root hairs are developed to absorb more amount of water. And the fourth internal factor, that is the metabolism. So the rate of water absorption is closely related to the rate of metabolism. If the rate of absorption is proper metabolism of particular plant which works properly, okay, it determines that one. So these are the internal and the external factors of the absorption of water. Thank you.